any better for the Kansas City Chiefs this offseason. They locked down their future in Patty Mahomes.
You got Jones, then Kelsey, and Mahomes signed for like half a billion. You got players on your football team buying baseball team.
I'm surrounded by baby toys. Like Patrick Mahomes is surrounded by guys who on offense are some of the best in the league.
Oh no, let the defense go. Let the defense go.
If Patty does what he does, and he has one less guy on offense.
And Kansas City.
Thank you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the SportsMe Weekly Windup. I'm your host, Rum Boys Robbie, along with my co-host, Derek of the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football Crew. What's going on, Derek?
Oh, you know, it is Wednesday, which means it is time for the windup, and very excited to be here. This one here is going to be a fun one. Like there's some good videos we've got prepared here, some good conversations, some things even off the beaten path. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to dive into this one today.
Hey, I'm definitely excited as well, bro. Make sure that you guys hit the like button on this content. Also share the content on all of your social media, and be sure to subscribe to the SportsMe YouTube channel. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna dive right into some SportsMe battles just to start things off. If you guys want to get in on the action, if you guys want to be featured here on the weekly podcast for the SportsMe app, the link is in the description. The only way that you can get featured on this show is for you to download the app, and either you can start a brand new topic, a brand new conversation yourself, or you can dive into any one of the conversations that are currently happening on the app. But we're constantly looking for more faces to showcase here on the weekly windup here on the SportsMe app. So go ahead and download the SportsMe app. Link is in the description of this here YouTube video. Make sure you guys get on over there. Derek, you ready to get into some SportsMe clips?
Absolutely. Real quick before we get there, too, want to not only will you see both Robbie and I on the SportsMe app and be able to interact with us, be able to give your take and give your side of a conversation around sports or even other topics. We got a lot of other topics going on there as well that aren't necessarily sports, but the one of the best things too is that you can also interact with the folks that you see featured here on the SportsMe Weekly Windup. So it's not only going to be us on there. There's a ton of other creators, a ton of other personalities on there that you can interact with and engage with outside of, just a text type of thing through Twitter or some picture sharing through Instagram, things like that. Like you'll get actual live feedback and the ability to respond on a one-on-one almost type of environment there with videos, with pictures, all of that. So it's going to be a lot of fun there. So Robbie, I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and kick this one off then.
Yeah, let's rock. We're going to go ahead and rock with TJ Hawk. Let's go ahead and get some thoughts from the SportsMe verse surrounding Mr. TJ Hawkinson up there in Detroit, tight end of the Lions.
SportsMe, what up? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ. Listen, is it time to panic about TJ Hawkinson? It's been 3 weeks since he's given us a tight end one, performance, and I definitely feel as though I blame some of those issues on Jared Goff, but it seems to be that he's being schemed out. I mean, him having games where he only has 3 targets, 2 catches, when he's supposed to be the best receiving option, I'm not too sure what's going on. What are you guys doing with the TJ Hawkinson shares?
Hey, yo, what is good, LQ? It's a Fantasy Football Peacock here. I have 1 share of TJ Hawkinson, and I'm holding. It's a league where we have to roster 2 of them anyway, so I got somebody else there backing him up. I forget who it is, but right now holding. I mean, I'm probably also trying to go out and buy him on the low, get him on the dip right now.
Should have got a Kyle Pitts instead. I'm just saying. TJ Hawkinson is talented, but he's banged up right now. He's got a pretty bad knee contusion. It affects his route running. And plus, Jared Goff is terrible. He is so bad. He's so nearsighted. He doesn't look down the field. He likes to check down because he can't see that far. TJ Hawkinson he's going to be fine, but he's not elite. He's not top 5.
Or you should have waited and got you a Dawson Knox, because he's everything we wanted TJ Hawkinson to be.
What's going on, LQ, mate? So, yeah, I've got major concerns about Hawkinson. I drafted him in a lot of spots, mainly in my big dynasty leagues. But I expected a big season from him because, like you said, Lions have nothing else. So I thought he was going to put up a lot of big numbers, maybe not the touchdowns, but definitely a lot of receptions, and it's just not working out at the moment. And like you said, Goff seems to be limiting him at the moment, so not good signs, but we'll see what happens.
So I like this topic. I like this take here, Derek. Hawkinson, who I've interviewed, personally on my own YouTube channel. Uh, dude is a monster. He's a complete beast. Hawkinson is going to be fine for your fantasy teams. Um, I have no problems even acquiring Hawkinson, in daily formats. Um, I the Dawson Knox take kind of really threw me off because realistically no one really drafted Knox. Like even if you waited, on tight end, you were more than likely maybe going like Irv Smith, when he was healthy, or you were going Rob Gronkowski. So I think that was more so of a recency bias play. Um, but all in all, like an amazing topic. To Real Deal's point, though, I'm not worrying about Hawkinson yet. And if you are worried, use him as trade bait and see what you can get in return. Then go late tight end to follow that.
Absolutely. And that's one of those things that with the fantasy tight end position that you can always typically stream. It's such volatility at that point. Hawkinson isn't necessarily the guy that we thought when we were drafting him with a 5th round type of pick. But at the end of the day, I think that this is going to be a bump in the road, right? Like tight end and wide receiver are not necessarily consistent unless your name is Darren Waller or Travis Kelce, where they're consistently just going to put up those week in, week out performances. So I think that you'll see Hawkinson turn around, especially with the fact that you've got 2 of their primary pass catchers now on the injured reserve. So I see some brighter days ahead for TJ Hawkinson coming up. So I'm not that worried about him either.
Oh yeah, we have a viewer in the chat. I'm not gonna try and say the name, but ask. This one's actually a football question. I know a little something. I was stationed in Italy, so I watch a lot of soccer. I have a question. Who do you think is the best football player in the world? Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Impaba, Lewinsky. Wow, I said his last name wrong. Or Zlatan. So Zlatan's getting a lot of pub right now. Homie's a beast, but I feel like it's always this conversation, no matter what comes down to Messi or Ronaldo. Messi or Ronaldo. And that one's tough. That one's tough. I enjoy watching Messi play, but Cristiano Ronaldo is just something special. And for soccer fans, the homie Joey Wright on the SportsMe app, he talks soccer all the time. So he's a great follow for you that's in the chat. I think he probably disagree with me and maybe go Messi. But I gotta go Ronaldo. We're just living in such a beautiful time right now to where with the things that he's doing and also the money that he's making are just unfuckwittable is the way that I could put that, I guess. So yeah, that's the way I'm going. Do you know a little bit about soccer, Derek, or have an opinion on this one?
I know I know some people that know a little bit about soccer, and they typically would side with the Ronaldo there. I've seen some of them debate some of this, and they all make great points for every one of those guys, and each one of them seems to have a place in this conversation. But what I typically find them doing is just what you did, where they narrow this thing down, and it typically comes down between Messi and Ronaldo. And usually the room's a little split when I listen to that, but it typically ends up favoring Ronaldo at like a 3-2 type of split. So it's a close one, but Ronaldo typically takes the edge on those every time I listen to those debates. But further than having listened to other people debate this one, I don't have a dog in this one.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight necessarily per se. But no, that's a damn good question. You can get soccer action on the SportsMe app. And there are guys that'll look. The person that started off that clip, Real Deal Fantasy, he will definitely talk soccer with you. That man watches soccer religiously. So yeah, there's a lot of soccer guys over on the SportsMe app. This next SportsMe clip here comes from a weather delay. And as sports fans, in the middle of a weather delay, I don't know if it's necessarily boredom that strikes or creativity. We'll let you guys be the judge. I won't say too much. Just watch.
What is the perfect ratio of peanut butter to jelly on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Apparently the Bills got a little upset last night with the weather delay ratios on the peanut butter and the jelly, so I want to know what you guys think there.
Correct answer, at least in my book, 58% jelly ratio. A little bit more jelly makes it sweeter, a little less sticky. Of course, if you have good jelly, you want to go even more heavy on the jelly.
Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. No, this one is actually kind of funny, right? So for those that don't know the context behind this, the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs these are grown ass athletes that we're talking about, right? We're fed during the weather delay of what was it, Monday night?
It was the Sunday night game.
The
Bills and the Chiefs,
of the Sunday night game. Bills and Chiefs game. My days run together. I'm so busy. And grown men were fed peanut butter jellies, and these grown athletes are very particular about their food and their diet.
Mm-hmm.
And they were disappointed at the Buffalo Bills, that is, were disappointed in the ratio of peanut butter to jelly. What is the perfect peanut butter to jelly ratio? Like, you got to think, you've already been running out on the field, and then a weather delay pulls you off the field, so you got the appetite going. What's the perfect ratio?
See, I mean, this is one of those that it's really kind of a weird one because the jelly is going to have a little bit more sugar in it, right? So the sugar will end up getting you that quicker energy, things like that. But the peanut butter is going to get you that longer sustained energy. So I guess the real answer is when you're coming out in the second half, are you looking for that quick burst out the gate, or are you looking for sustained energy to make it through the entire half? I mean, that's part of the ratio. Like, that's got to factor into it. Taste has got to factor into it. You know, there's a lot of different things that you got to play into this one.
Like, what kind of jelly did they give them? Like,
exactly. I mean, that's gotta factor in as well, because you got, if it's strawberry jelly versus grape jelly versus, I don't even know all the different jellies out there, but the jelly ratio,
apple jelly,
exactly, rhubarb. I don't know jellies that well, but if you're talking what kind of jelly it is, that's got to factor into this one as well, because I can't imagine that you're going the same ratio of like strawberry jelly and grape jelly on that sandwich. Like, you gotta mix those things up there a little bit. So I don't know that there's a perfect answer on this one.
I feel like that there is. Like, okay, you can eat a peanut butter sandwich. Like, I have seen kids take 2 slices of peanut butter. I've had nieces and nephews be like, Uncle Robbie, Theo, can I get a peanut butter sandwich? Like, you don't want no jelly? No jelly, just peanut butter. Like, so I feel like you can have more peanut butter. Like, I feel like you gotta have more peanut butter than jelly. I feel like the jelly's just kind of there to complement the peanut butter. And like, to what you were saying, science is getting better, scientifically speaking. I mean, I want to sustain those next 2 quarters. So, I think I might go with the more peanut butter.
A very important question that we didn't ask in there either, was it chunky peanut butter or was it smooth peanut butter? Because that could also
gotta be smooth.
Well, see, I'm a fan of the crunchy peanut butter. So
can't do it.
Like, that's one of those that when I'm I like peanuts. So go ahead and give me some crunchy peanut butter. Give me a little bit of a different texture in that thing, and I think I have a feeling that that's going to shift the ratios in there as well. So So I mean, maybe that's a perfect thing that we throw up on Twitter later. Is tell me about the perfect jelly ratio here.
Exactly.
And what factors determine that for you. So
that's a perfect tweet. We tie it into that game, and then like that's great. Twitter will keep that up. We're doing
absolutely.
That.
And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, go down to the comments right now and tell us in the comments what the perfect peanut butter to jelly ratio is. Your favorite, just describe to us your favorite peanut butter jelly sandwich, down to the type of peanut butter, the type of jelly, the ratios used in it. You can even tell us what kind of bread you want that on. We ain't going to make it for you, but it'll be fun to have that conversation.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm definitely down for it. I'm definitely down for it. Let's see here. We're about to get into another clip. 60% smooth peanut butter on white bread. Let's go.
Like
yeah. You see that's what I like to do right there. That's what I like. This next segment, you guys can catch every Sunday morning on the SportsMe app. Remember, link is in the description. Be sure to hit that like button on this video. Come on, run it up for us. And also check out some of our other content here on the YouTube channel once you guys subscribe. This is Sunday Stoop.
Morning, SportsMe. Welcome to the Stoop. Welcome. A very early edition of Smokey's start sits for the weekend. So, hit me up. I'm up early watching this London game. Hopefully the Falcons pull it together here. I want to see great things from Pitts today. But hit me up. You got some start sit decisions to make? Let me help.
Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson. What do you do with Robbie Anderson? He's done nothing. He's done nothing at all. Should I start him? Should I bench him? What are you thinking? Not confident. And I got T. Higgins back, who's coming off an injury. I'm thinking I start T. Higgins. What do y'all think? And that might seem obvious, but Robbie Anderson should be good. Darnold 2.0, 3.0. Darnold 4.0.
Is the decision you're making between Robbie Anderson and T. Higgins? Because you put fucking Higgins in that game. Yes, it might seem obvious because it is, brother. I don't know what else to say. Don't fall for the Robbie Anderson trap. He ain't it. There's so much better options there. CMC, I don't think he's going to play this weekend. I'm still plugging Chuba in as a flex, but Higgins over Anderson.
Okay. You guys can check out the Sunday Stoop every Sunday. Drop your fantasy football questions, and Smokey Hell NFL will go ahead and give it to you real. I tried to make that rhyme and it didn't kind of work. It kind of sort of did, kind of didn't.
It was a nice attempt. You know, you get like a B- for effort there.
Yeah, I'm not a rapper, but 50-50 peanut butter and jelly, grape jelly, white bread. Exactly. Yeah, it's gotta be the grape. What are your thoughts on that one though? I felt like it was kind of obvious. Yeah, you start T. Higgins.
Right. Well, but at the same time, it wasn't necessarily that obvious because T. Higgins is coming off of injury, right? And like when you sit there and you look at, fantasy advice out there, it's usually to wait a week or so to see how a guy gets acclimated, see what that comes through. You may miss out on a big week, but you also will miss out on those duds that when they come back because they rush back a little too quick or whatever that looks like. So, there's some different things in there. So it wasn't necessarily as obvious as it might seem there. But the fact that Robbie Anderson is a drop candidate in a lot of leagues, and a lot of folks are dropping him and moving on because we haven't seen that. That question I felt was relevant there. But going into that matchup, Robbie Anderson was coming off a 10 target game as well the week before. So there's some things in there that could have gone either way. But I know looking at my own lineup there, I probably would have gone the T. Higgins route myself as well.
Yeah, I would have gone the T. Higgins route, hands down. Definitely, you guys on for the Sunday Stoop. Get in, ask your fantasy football questions. Shout out to Smokey for doing that segment on the app because and holding that conversation on the app because that man is up early as hell. Okay, he's up there in Canada. Somewhere.
The sun said it. Nope, it's too early for me. Nope, sorry.
Yeah, and if y'all noticed for that take, he was up early for the London game. So takes it very serious. Here to give you guys the fantasy analysis and help that you need. Our homie Smokey Hell over there on the SportsMe app. Let's go ahead and get into week 5. Flex plays.
SportsMe, what is up? It's your boy Sam Wagman back again. I want to hear about your favorite weekly flex plays this week. For me, I'm just writing up my article for Ball Blast Football that drops every Thursday with my 5 favorite flex plays. And this week, I'm going with Marvin Jones in a plus matchup against the Tennessee Titans and Devontae Smith in a great matchup against the Carolina Panthers, who gave up 36 points a week ago to the Cowboys.
The guy I really like this week, though, is Jacoby Myers. Since he became a starter in Week 7 of last year for the Patriots, he has a 28.4% target share. Only Diggs and Devontae Adams are actually higher than that.
I like that Marvin Jones pick, but I love Laviska Shenault this week. His A-dot was way higher without Chark on the field. It's like he slipped right into that little Z roll on the fly. No effort at all. Fading Jacoby Myers. The dude literally carries an EpiPen around because he's allergic to scoring touchdowns.
Fucking Bo, man.
I'm not gonna. I love when I come across one of Bo's takes because he gives you just that little like gem at the
Yep.
end of every one of them. Just that little itty bitty gem that makes you smile, makes you laugh, and makes interacting with him on the app absolutely amazing.
No, absolutely, absolutely. What I love during that take is like Nate is sitting there talking about like giving his take for week 5 flex plays, and you can hear it in the background of his take, but you can also see that he's sitting there watching film at the same time while talking about Jacoby Myers. And I was like, this is why a lot of these analysts over there are super dedicated, and a lot of these fans over there, come with the spicy takes. The EpiPen joke there, people take it for real, and you guys can get in on these serious conversations. What was your favorite flex play of the week?
Well, my favorite flex play of the week was sitting on my bench, and that was Michael Pittman. Unfortunately, I picked wrong on that one. So, yep, unfortunately picked the wrong guy there. But Michael Pittman was a close consideration. Ended up going a different route, and now I'm sitting here on the other side of crying on it. So,
mine has been Cordell Patterson and Dawson Knox. I have both those guys in a lot of leagues. Knox, I got off of waivers, and obviously, in a lot of places. Like, once again, like majority analysts not draft Dawson Knox. Like, if you're running around like I drafted Dawson Knox, and like you're the 1%. You're cool. You got lucky. But got Knox, got Patterson, in a couple of places, and I'm satisfied with those as flex plays. So can't go wrong with either of those options. I was about to get into some heading into week 6, but we're going to talk about that as the show progresses. Let's go ahead and get into Monday Night Football miracles.
Dun.
I like that. Monday night, what do you need?
Baltimore, Indianapolis tonight. What do you need to get a result? For me, I need some sort of mix of Jonathan Taylor and the Baltimore Ravens defense to get 17.5. It's a weird combo, weird mix for how that can work, but that's how I win a matchup. So what do you need to happen for you or for your opponent tonight to get that dub?
So I need something that I don't think is too impossible to happen. I need Mark Andrews to outscore Michael Pittman by 5 points. So I think I can get that done, and then I'll get a win.
Well, for Scott Fishbowl, I need for my opponent to get less than 4.5 points from Sammy Watkins. It could happen. He's been known to throw up some duds, but he's also capable of doing much more than that on one play, so I'm a little nervous about that one. Another one, I need less than 4 points from the Colts defense, and that one is a little bit more hopeful, but still not feeling great about it.
Man, he couldn't have been feeling great after that first half, looking at that thing going, hey.
Hell no. Yo, that first half was crazy, right? So I bet a lot. I bet a lot, obviously. And I had a parlay ticket that had the Ravens money line. Because I was like, yeah, like this is easy. Like, after that first half, I was sitting back, I was like, man, this ain't looking good. I was like, I'm gonna ride it out. Because like me, I'm not the type of person, like a bet's not going my way, I'm gonna cash out. I'm like, like I've watched enough football for many years. Like, I'm gonna watch and ride it out. So happy that the Ravens pulled that out. Upset that Paris Campbell went for over 44.5 yards. Where that came from, I don't know. And what I really needed, I was pretty safe in all of my leagues across the board this week, which is crazy because I'm in like 30 some odd, between redraft and dynasty, like 35 some odd leagues. And I surprisingly didn't have to worry about many Monday night miracles. It was either I had a comfortable enough lead throughout Sunday to where like you're not catching me no fucking way possible, or either I had just gotten demolished and like there was no way that I was going to put up a fight, right? With that being said, and with that being stated, what I really needed on a Monday night, a couple of my other DFS lineups hit the cash. But what I really needed was just to make one lineup that had Jonathan Taylor as a captain. I needed one, and I didn't. And literally, I let my live chat. I was like, guys, what do you guys want me to do? What type of lineups do you want me to build? What's our cost consideration? What's our contrarian pick? Yada yada yada. And right as I'm about to sign off, that like there's one guy. He's in the chat. He was like, let's build one with Jonathan Taylor. We got time. We kickoff's not for another 5 minutes. And I was like, nah, I think I built enough lineups. I feel confident in these. Dumbest mistake I ever made. Yeah. And he went ahead and built the lineup, and he's like, so I just won $7,500. I was like,
whoops.
Yeah. So go ahead, man.
Well, I unfortunately got the. I was so far out of one of them that I didn't think that there was a chance that I was going to be able to do anything, because again, I started the wrong flex play and didn't have Michael Pittman in there. Michael Pittman riding my bench. But so I'm sitting there with Mark Andrews as the only play left, down by 1.5 miles. And Mark Andrews goes crazy and brings it back to a point that now it's one of those that had I made the right flex decision there, it changes the whole week there. So yeah, that was one of those for me. I was riding Mark Andrews in a lot of leagues, and it turned out very well in some of them, but in the home league, the league of record for myself was too much of a deficit to overcome. So
hey,
it happens.
Yeah, shit happens when you party naked, man. And that's what it felt like this past week. It was like everyone just partying naked. You're just being reckless, and then it was just, this is a reckless week. I can't wait for week 6. We have some bye weeks this week, so should make things a little bit easier in terms of submitting your picks and your pick and pulls and stuff like that. Let's get in to Scary Sports Guy. I have no idea what's about to happen here.
This one was
Good evening, SportsMe. So it is October, and it's the scariest month of the year. So I want to know, who do you think the scariest person in sports history is? I personally would never want to get in a boxing ring with Mike Tyson, because you don't know if he's going to knock you out or he's going to bite your ear off.
I want to be that guy. O.J. Simpson.
Randy Johnson, a big unit. Dude killed a bird in a game. Just because. Bird flying by, dead.
I would say the scariest person in sports history to me was Lawrence Taylor, because he was out there when I was younger and I was a little kid and I was actually scared. And man, the NFL films of him like breathing heavy and getting ready to come and kill Joe Theismann.
Damn it, Boda! That's primarily what I came in here to do. All right, since you took OJ, Ray Lewis?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I love this topic. It was so great. I was busting out laughing behind the scenes while that take was playing. Randy Johnson killed the bird.
flying by, dead. Poof.
The OJ one is exactly where my mind was going. Oh man, who's the scariest person in sports for you, bro?
Man, I mean, there's a few of them out there, right? And it really depends on where you want to go with this. If you want to go with some of the off the field type of stuff, which is where some of those guys went, or you want to go on the field, that was where Nimble with Numbers went there. But
that was a good one. That
was. So, I mean, that really comes down to it. Do we want to go off the field? Or do we want to go on the field?
I already know what mine is.
All right, let me hear
that you don't take. Okay, Aaron Hernandez.
That's where I was going.
That man. Hey, wait. I can't remember what player it was. I want to say it might have been like Ray Crew, but he was like homie ran over to our sidelines and he pushed me, and I was like, bro. He's like I looked at him and I was like, man, you soft. That's not what he said, but he's like you're soft. And Aaron Hernandez looked back at him and he was like, man, I'll kill you. And then dude laughed, and Ray Krupp, he's like, man, I just laughed, but little did I know he would have actually killed me. Aaron Hernandez, bro.
Yeah, that was that's where I was going as well with that one. But yeah, there's certainly some of those out there, and yeah, that's another one that if you guys have a comment on that one, hop over. We've got that video playing on the YouTube channel as a standalone video, so you can rewatch that one, chime in. I love the you got to go to the comments here. Bring some of those ones up. That's a good one there.
Oh, what's good, Hoove? What's good? What's good? What's going on, man? He said, Myles Garrett used a helmet as a weapon mid-game and doesn't get a vote. Yeah, that is a scary man. Myles Garrett. Funny story about Myles Garrett. Actually, before that incident happened, about 2 weeks before that incident on the field happened, a fan pulls up to him in traffic and it's like, "Hey, can we get a picture with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And gets a picture with them, and then following getting the picture, punches Garrett in the face. Apparently, Garrett ate this punch, and these people got in their car and like walked away. Like he didn't do anything to the fan or nothing, but they punched Garrett in the face. He said, "It just looked like, the hell is your problem?" Like, yo, like that's scary. Who's scarier, Derrick Henry, Aaron Donald, or Myles Garrett? Derrick Henry stiffed arm Josh Norman into the Netherlands of the universe.
Right.
Like,
but there's also a point in time too where while Derrick Henry's a very massive individual, Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett both have size on him. So yeah, at that point,
didn't Aaron Donald beat someone's ass at the beginning of this football season, like a club or something in Pittsburgh or something? Yeah.
Like the dude got punched and just took it, and like it was a whole thing after that. So yeah, I mean those. I don't know who that's a Justin. How you doing? Who that's a good one there. I'm probably gonna go with an Aaron Donald or Myles Garrett just because they are so much bigger.
Aaron Donald trains with knives.
Okay, yeah, that's a different type of mentality there. I'll go that route.
Yeah,
that's who my vote is there.
He trains with knives. Let's see here. Let's see what our next clip is. Getting ready for this week. The running back position. Pray for your running backs' ankles and hamstrings is all I'm gonna say. Let's get into the waiver wire running backs.
Well, SportsMe, it's your boy Troy, aka T King Mode. I got a question about some of the backup running backs this week. You got Damian Williams, you got Samaje Perine. You also got potentially Alex Collins if Chris Carson misses tomorrow's Thursday Night Football. Which one do you think is going to have the best week out of all of them? Me personally, I'm probably rocking with Damian Williams, but I'm curious what y'all think.
As much as I hate to say it, it's Alex Collins because the Rams are exploitable on the ground. The Seahawks aren't good, however, and so the game flow works against him, and you don't want to put a guy like Collins on a Thursday night game in your flex spot. So unless he's starting in a running back slot, do not start Alex Collins. Samaje Perine, gross, disgusting. Who's the other guy? Damian Williams? Khalil Herbert's going to out-touch him on Sunday.
Man, you might as well ask me to judge between 3 different turds based on taste and flavor.
I love Smokey. Hey, yo, so check it out. So on Bo's take, right? I ain't gonna say no names, all right? But there are certain people that feel that certain people don't know anything about sports and fantasy and stuff. There'll be sometimes, you get a little teasing on the app, and it's all in good fun. I mean, well, we suppose so, right? I bring this up. Bo predicted that shit kind of heads off.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Just calling and nobody and really, like, let's be
nobody
fair.
Nobody gave him credit for being right. We're giving him credit right now for being
absolutely.
Right.
But I'm just talking industry wide. Like that was not a common that was not a common held belief there that Khalil Herbert would out-touch Damian Williams. Everybody out there was saying, and I shouldn't use the absolute there because there were some like Bo saying that go out there and pick up Herbert because he would out-touch him, things like that. So yeah.
Herbert impressed, but I'm also a Virginia Tech Hokie, so I'm going to be biased there.
There you go. Justin's comment there. It does make some sense there where P. Ryan did score the most that week as well. So yeah.
I mean, but nobody would have saw that coming. And Samaje is still like terrible. And then we don't know if we're getting Samaje this week. That was just a flash in the pan type of thing. And then Joe Mixon still got his. He still got his.
Well, that was one of those that if you had picked up Samaje, you probably didn't play him from a simple standpoint that Joe Mixon was going to be available in a limited capacity. And so I think that's that. At least for most of the folks out there, took him off of the radar and as a startable option. And you're right, he did play. And Justin, absolutely, you are correct there.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, yo, he was right. He was right. Like he was right on that Khalil Herbert one. Then P. Ryan. Who was the third back that they discussed?
Alex Collins.
Yeah, Alex Collins.
Game.
Bro. Nobody. Yeah, I know. Hey, what a great song, by the way. So here's the thing with Alex Collins. All right, he was all right. But I go back and I watch the film, and bruh, you might as well have had a better chance on certain plays on almost a majority of the plays with Collins, putting Ray Charles out there at running back. Because this man was missing wide open holes. I'm like, where are you running? Like, where are you going? Like, so I mean, the Collins one, I was a little iffy on. I think I started Collins like 1 or 2 leagues, like something like that. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, you feel bad for football team because we'll lose by 14. Yeah, that'll probably happen. But the Chiefs also need to bounce back. I mean, we're not bouncing back against the Chiefs.
Real quick question before we get on to the next one when we're talking Chiefs right there, right? What's been the bigger impact on the season? Them losing Eric Fisher, them losing Sammy Watkins?
I want to say Fisher, but not having someone that can with the veteran presence to be able to play as a 2 has also shown is reared its ugly head to be detrimental. They're still at a minus. I think it's like a minus 140 to win the division. Surprisingly, but I think that the Chiefs have kind of been figured out. That offensive line is having so many problems. Shouts to the homie Maddie Kroll. She wrote an amazing article or she has one in the pipe getting ready for drrow.com where she kind of breaks down the Chiefs offensive line and a lot of their struggles. I think it's big part in due to the offensive line. And then also, I mean, their weapons have been figured out. It's like, cool, well, you're only going to throw the Tyreek Hill or Kelsey, and then everyone else is just kind of a nobody. So, makes it fairly easier on coordinators to scheme when you're only using a couple of 2 assets, outside of your quarterback. Their running game is awful. CEH's snap share just keeps plummeting down while Williams keeps coming up. So how that's going to work out, if that's going to be a 50-50 by committee, that's going to be a conundrum within itself.
All right. And we'll figure that one out in 3 weeks when CEH comes back.
Yeah. Like, don't be surprised. I am not expecting for Washington to win this week. Washington's also an every other week team. Don't be surprised if they do suddenly decide, we're awake now. And they shut down Darrell Williams. Let's go ahead and speaking of Darrell Williams and week 6 waivers, that last clip was all like reviews from last week's waivers. Let's get into this week's waivers really quick.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Troy, aka T King Mode. Yo, it's waiver day. I want to know who's your top waiver wire pick coming into this upcoming week. I like Darrell Williams, man. CEH gonna be hurt for a while. Darrell Williams is somebody I'm looking at. I know that Chiefs do some crazy stuff on the goal line, but I think his workload, he could put up some fancy numbers. I also like Devontae Booker, from the Giants. He's a good one, too. Who are y'all favorite pickups for this week?
Yeah, I agree. I like both those running backs. Their matchups this week are a little tough, but going forth, they both should be great because I don't think that Saquon or CEH is going to be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But 2 players that I haven't really not seen anybody talk about are 2 Eagles with
Jalen Reagor and Zach Ertz. They're both out there pretty widely available, and they've got the Bucks this week. And the Bucks secondary is depleted, and now Levante David's out. I expect both of them to actually have good games on Thursday.
Someone I'm looking at, actually, I mean, you named Devontae Booker, Darrell Williams, of course. Those are going to be the top ads this week. But I picked up Khalil Herbert, actually, last week in a couple, and 18 carries, 75 yards this previous week. That's pretty solid. They're going to use it. Looks like they like Damian Williams and Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near Darrell Williams because they're already talking about Marlon Mack trade rumors. McKinnon looked good, looked better than Williams in last night and Sunday night's game. Darrell Williams never been productive, no matter how much volume they give him. Doesn't do anything. He's at best a vulture. I'm going after Kadarius Toney. I'm going after more Khalil Herbert because I was right. He did out-carry Damian Williams.
What up, Troy? Panks Picks here, man. And weirdly enough, I'm going to say defense. Carolina's going to get dropped, okay? I've seen it in other leagues already. I have a good feeling they're going to continually be dropped in other leagues. So if they get dropped, you should pick them up because they are a good defense that you could run almost nearly every week.
My waiver pickups this week I'm recommending is the sun god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Detroit Lions, as well as Ricky Seals-Jones, who's filling in for Logan Thomas over in Washington. Pick them up, even if you're not going to play them. Get them on your bench because the bye weeks are coming. They're going to be vicious.
The bye weeks are here.
The bye weeks are coming. The bye weeks are coming. The bye weeks are coming.
No, they're here.
Oh my God! Yeah, down out of here. So Herbert or Darrell Williams asked Justin. That one's tough. That one is really tough because I do appreciate what Bo mentioned about Williams. But I also see where Williams' snap share is just constantly just increasing. I almost feel like I want to go Williams more so, and I feel like the Chiefs are going to trust him. You just want you just want a piece of that Chiefs offense in some capacity.
Right. For me, it comes down to which one has the higher powered offense, the rookie under center, where they're primarily a running game behind David Montgomery, and with Montgomery out.
Yeah, Montgomery's going to be back like probably 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. So
Right.
it's NCL.
Yeah, same thing that CEH is dealing with there. So, at this point, you'll probably get a little bit longer run time with Darrell Williams than you will Herbert, but it's tough for me. I'm leaning the Williams route over Herbert just because of the fact that the Chiefs' higher powered offense, they're going to move the ball up and down the field more so than what I've seen the Bears do. So that's where I'm looking to go.
Who this one? Man, Mooney to the Mooney.
Yeah, not even close.
It's not even a thing. Yeah, for the rest of the season, it's not even.
Because I think what you just saw with Pitts there, having his little bit of a breakout game, I think that now you've seen how they're going to utilize him, and I think that's what they drafted him to be primarily. More so, Hayden Hurst shows that he is very capable tight end, staying in line there. So I think that's where you're going to see Gage is going to be some window dressing type of thing on the outside. I think you'll see Pitts in the slot playing offline, and Ridley coming back there. So
Gage is
gonna be
having
window
a tough
dressing for
year.
me.
Gage is having a tough year with injuries and everything like that, and I just want nothing to do with that Atlanta offense. I want nada, niente, zero, zilch.
I'll still take Ridley if you're giving him away.
I mean, go for it. The only piece of that Atlanta offense I want is Cordell Patterson. And that sounds ugly just to say. Let's see. Scary Terry, Hollywood, Chase, Mike Evans start 3. Terry, Chase, Hollywood. You don't know which one of those Bucks receivers are going to pop off.
I do feel like this one's going to be a Mike Evans. Like one of those that you can kind of look at some of the game script a little bit and how you see this one playing out here. And I do think that you could see the Mike Evans type of game here where you see Tom Brady connect a couple of deep passes and him potentially housing one. So Mike Evans is in play, but I like the fact that you're going to see a bigger target share out of Scary Terry. Hollywood Brown is a threat to house one from anywhere on the field, and they have been finding a way to get him some route combinations and get him open on those long bombs. and Jamar Chase has had just a great run, and I'm looking to ride that run. So
Yeah, you're riding. Yeah, you're riding the Jamar Chase run.
Mhm.
The Chiefs secondary is you could score on the fucking Chiefs. Okay, Hollywood, like you said, it's just another guy that's kind of on that run. Mike Evans, that's a Thursday night game. I just don't want you to get behind the ball on a Thursday night. Like I'd rather him possibly just go off and like maybe you just deal with it, just deal with it, and wait till Sunday till the other three. But the other three are going to be ballers.
Justin, what I'll tell you is that is an excellent problem to have is what you've got there. Just an
Yeah.
excellent problem to have to decide there.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So what are your waiver wire pickups for this week, or who did you get? I guess you could say.
Well, I went heavy after Kadarius Toney. I think that that run will continue there from the simple standpoint that they are if they don't have pass catchers outside of him, they'll have John Ross maybe get a little bit of run here, Evan Ingram get a little bit of run here, but that was the guy that Glennon was looking for and getting the ball to and finding ways to get him the ball in space and let him do what he's able to do. So Kadarius Toney was actually my front runner for most of them. After that, I was looking at the Darrell Williams more so just again, because I think the Chiefs are going to have a little bit higher powered offense in there. And in most of my leagues, I also had CEH. So I'm looking to kind of try and pick up the guy to replace him. And then I've got the guy to come back on that one. But so those were my two was Toney and Williams.
So I ended up winning like a good portion of my leagues. So I'm like literally going through like right now. I'm trying to see like while we're like on air. I'm like did I get anyone like I really went after? And the answer is no. That's the fucking downside. Like when you play decent fantasy football. So that blows. I was targeting Williams. I was targeting Booker in a couple of places. I was targeting Toney, and across all of my leagues, like I got nobody. I got nobody.
That's why you play in leagues with Fab, so that way you stand a chance even if you're winning.
I play in leagues with Fab as well, and even in my leagues with Fab, I'm not that person that's like, I'm gonna throw $80 Fab dollars at one player. I don't do that.
Right.
I'm not that guy. Like I'll go to like the end of the season, win, and then when I start using my Fab is like when people are like playoff scenarios, or like getting ready for like the playoffs, and I kind of use it just to grab pieces that I know that another person's going to go for, and I'm just now outbid you and make sure that you can't have that.
There you go. I like it.
So yeah. So this week didn't get hot on the waivers, but I also freaking won majority of my leagues. Will Aaron Jones keep it up this season, or will AJ Dillon actually be a threat to take away some of those carries? And who've got Amon rah stuck on a bad offense? Nice. No, Aaron Jones is going to keep it up. We see this all the time with Aaron Jones. Like even when they had Jamal Williams back there, there'd be a couple games where Williams would just go completely off. And I think that the Packers more so do that to kind of keep Jones fresh. They were playing the Bengals this past Sunday. I mean, I get it. Both teams were 3-1 heading into that contest. The Packers, I'm sure, didn't think that was gonna come down to the way that it did. But all in all, Aaron Jones will be fine. We don't have to worry about Aaron Jones.
Yeah, and even if he does take away some of those touches, that'll be all right too, from the standpoint that Aaron Jones has never been the volume play guy. Like that's never been his MO or what he's needed to be relevant for fantasy. Aaron Jones is an extremely efficient back. So even if he's only getting 200 carries a year, you're still going to be great. And he's been putting up running back one performances and elite running back one performances year over year doing that. So yeah, he'll still be fine.
Yeah. We're still waiting to find out news on that one. Cook,
hopefully
we can assume, but not. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, so don't want to do that. Justin, you follow my show. You know that I'm going to give you this answer. Justin, you're going to see me during the AMA tonight. You're going to see me. I literally have a show on the Run Boys Fantasy Network Wednesday nights where I do this, or Knox is definitely a start, and probably Talk. There you go. You just gonna go 2 tight end set. We're gonna sign off. Like everyone's like, oh, you guys are live. Oh, like answer fantasy questions. I'll be on tonight for the AMA over on the Run Boys Fantasy Network. Derek, where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me over at on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Good Old Boys FF. We've got our YouTube channel as well. You can follow us over there, the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football YouTube channel. And you can also find me on the SportsMe and interact there. Appreciate you guys chiming in.
Hell yeah. Make sure you guys, link is in the description, okay? Link is in the description. Download the SportsMe app if you have not already. Catch us both on the SportsMe app. You can ask us fantasy football questions. You can debate us on any topic. You guys have kind of gotten the flow of how the app goes through some of the clips that we've shown. So let us know your takes. Hop on over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you next week on the weekly windup. Wednesdays, run noonish sometime afternoon. We just get it up for you guys. Take care.
You know what? The best bet, just hop on the YouTube channel, click that subscribe button, ring the bell, because when we go live, we'll send you the, we'll make YouTube
just give you a
notify
notification.
you. Yeah, we'll make YouTube, send you a notification and you'll be able to catch every episode. Subscribe, ring bell. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Get any better for the Kansas City Chiefs this offseason. They locked down their future in Patty Mahomes.
You got Jones, then Kelsey, and Mahomes signed for like half a billion. You got players on your football team buying baseball team.
I'm surrounded by baby toys. Like Patrick Mahomes is surrounded by guys who on offense are some of the best in the league.
Oh no, let the defense go. Let the defense go.
If Patty